Hey there, Stampers, and welcome to another Step It Up video. Today we're going to do a little something different. I had a sheet of rub-ons from someone gave me, and I don't normally use rub-ons, so these are cards I made with the rub-ons instead of stamps. And since I don't have an endless supply of them, I did 3 different cards. They're not necessarily a Step It Up, but I wanted to show you how to use the rub-ons like this, and then a bunch of different ways to use sort of the same feel. But these are obviously all Valentine's cards, and I apologize for the nasty cut I have on my hand. It's a paper cut from a box. Anyway, so this is the first one, and everything you see is a rub-on. And I used some of them, and this is the next one. I did try to step it up a bit. I was looking for my polka dot embossing folder and I can't find it. I don't know what happened to it. Maybe one of the kids has it. But I thought, okay, it would be perfect to mimic the polka dots in that little balloon heart. But I used the square embossing instead, and it's fine, and it adds a nice texture. And then this last one, I used some of the designer series paper for Valentine's Day and added a little bling. But you can see I kind of stayed with the same, because they're all the same. All the rub-ons were basically the same. But so here are 3 different ways, and then I'm going to go ahead and show you. And when you're doing holiday cards like this, don't forget to check out other paper packs, because this heart paper is actually this one. And what is this one called? Anyway, so that's the other side. What is this pack called? I don't know, but I really like it, and I can't remember right now. But I'll put it on the video in text, because I can't remember. Okay, so all I did, I have the standard card base, and when I was trying to figure out what I was going to do with the rub-ons, I pulled out sheets of cardstock, kind of just like this, and thought, okay, what am I going to do? And I started pulling designer series paper, and I actually had a different one too, and tried to find a combination that I liked that I thought would work well with the rub-ons. So rub-ons come in a sheet, and I don't have another one, but I keep mine in here, and they have this little paper. It's not stuck to it, so you have to be careful. You can see some of it sometimes comes off, so you have to be careful with them. They're not my favorite way to work, but since I had them, I wasn't going to let them go to use. And you can see on all of these, I used a white, Whisper White base to put them down on. But my sheet came with white clouds, and then these are just outlines. And I really liked the clouds, but the white clouds were going to go to waste. So I decided to use this Heart Designer Series paper. Now the rub-on may itself look better on a white background, but I just went with it. That's what I'm doing. So I took the pink cardstock. Not sure which pink I used. I'm not very together today, but I will put it on there. I'll find out for sure which pink. I don't use pink very often. And then I took some real red and made a mat for some Whisper White. And if you wanted to, step it up a bit, you could run this through an embossing folder. I just figured it's not going to make a whole lot of difference because not a lot of it's going to be seen, but you could, and it would be fine. And then I took the pink again, and then I used a little gray, and all of these I use a little basic gray. I always try to use a darker color to kind of ground it and give it a little oomph. And you can't really notice, it's a very thin mat. And then I used this designer series paper, excuse me, with the hearts. And that's what I'm going to do the rub-ons. So with a rub-on, first thing you want to do is position it carefully. I'm afraid this red is going to disappear, so I'm going to try to position it where the base of the balloon, the basket, is not in a heart, but on the other area. And I really don't know what I'm going to do with this one. I don't know how I'm going to lay it out. But I know I want to add a ribbon, so let's try it right there. And once you get it in position, you want to hold it. And you take, the stick came with it, but you could use your bone folder your fingernail, a quarter, you know, just about. I'm sure those of you that have been crafting a while, you have many different implements that would work to adhere this down. For me, I used to use more rub-ons in scrapbooking when I was a traditional scrapbooker. I tend to do only digital now. But these are kind of tricky, and I'm not much of a perfectionist. If you're a perfectionist, you'll probably do great with these. But I am not. So when I lift these up, I use a little tool that I can't find. Oh, here's one. And I slowly lift it up to make sure it's not still stuck. Like it, I don't know if you could see that. There is a little piece stuck. So before I remove my fingers, I make sure that it's all adhered down. That's the good thing. You can fix it as long as you don't take it all up. Even if you do take it up, you can, so ta-da! It does kind of get lost, but I like the pink on there. And I wanted to use this I Love You, which is also white, and it wouldn't go on white cardstock because you'd lose it. And we have clouds to add. So I'm putting the I Love You towards the bottom, and the same thing. Start at the edge and adhere it down. Especially with letters, you want to make sure you really get some good coverage. And then I just slip this under. That looks good. And then go on to the next. And you rub, rub, rub. Thus the name rub-ons. I know somebody's yelling out there, Captain Obvious, but you know. Here we go. I think that should do it, but let's check it before we. Make sure. Oh, a little bit of the heart. The edge of the heart. I think that looks good. Ta-da! And then these cute white clouds. Need to add the white clouds. On these cards, I want to show you what I did. Like this one where there's clearly behind it, I put the heart down first and then I put the clouds. And all I did was take one of these sheets that they normally rest on and used it so that it wouldn't come off. This makes sense? Kind of like this. Oh, I have this the wrong way. You want the shiny side towards you. And then line it up how you want it. It won't stick to this piece of paper, but it'll stick to the card. So on that seam, you want to really rub. I'm kind of a brute. I'm not. I think if you're more of a perfectionist and a little more precise and delicate with your motions, rub-ons work better. Oh, little piece. Fiddly-dee. Now I ruined the whole thing, didn't I? Because it did stick. I put it on the wrong side. Yep. Well, so much for an instructional video, huh? Well, add more clouds. We can fix that. All is not lost. So let's add this big cloud, little cloud up here. Or maybe big cloud or little. Let's do the little one. Little cloud. I know I'm taking way too long doing this. And I moved. I didn't follow my own rule of putting my finger down. There. See why I don't do them very often. I'm kind of a big clod when it comes to this stuff. Ooh. Oh, I think I stuck it down. Okay, those of you who are not a big clod like me. And yet I managed to make 3 cards without much incident. Oh. fix it, fix it, fix it. Well, you know, this will go to someone I don't love very much. It's just a pretend love. We'll add this last one here. And then we'll call it a day with the rub-ons. There are a few little hearts and things that you can add. I'm making such a mess of things. And really, I promise you, I got through 3 cards without a mishap. And it's just this one. And of course, I don't have any extras to reshoot this video. So it is what it is. I will take, I will fuss with this and I'll get that white bit in there without making too much of a mess. And then I'll probably add a cloud down here too. But anyway, for now, let's keep moving. There's the XO, 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 but I'm not going to do that because I'm already taking up way too much time. So this is kind of how our card is looking. Could add red ribbon if I wanted, but I think it'll get lost. So I have pink ribbon and it'll play back to this. I want it to write over the I love you. I did just a little knot. And cut it. And I think what I'll do is adhere this down and then go around this mat. So a little more ribbon is exposed. And then we're going to put this around here. We're going to shorten this little bit because we want the I love you to show. That's the point, I think, of the card. And we'll fuss with this too so it's not right there. Put it on here, adhere it down, and then pop it on the card. And then, so these went, I don't know why. Maybe it's too early and I haven't had enough coffee. I'm doing this in the morning this time. Anyway, so here are the 3 cards, 4 cards. And I hope that if you have a steadier hand and are better about attention to detail, you'll try these. Because it really was kind of fun. And it's not an inexpensive way to get some fun, different cards without, you know, having to invest in it for long term. And especially perfect for Valentine's Day. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!